Late Night with the Devil is an after-midnight, fake, found-footage horror movie that doesn't take itself too seriously, but doesn't just let the cat out of the bag and give up the game to the viewer. It keeps the viewer guessing till the very end. I think a lot of the commentary of Late Night with the Devil is about our relationship with media, specifically the tricks media plays on us. The movie sets itself almost 50 years ago, centered around a late-night variety hour. By having the film take place so long ago and have it wrapped up in the media shtick of the time, it allows us an ironic distance to critique it with. If this film took place today and used today's media practices, we wouldn't be able to see it through such a critical lens, or it would possibly hit too close to home for us to be able to really enjoy it. The film does a good job of mixing in actual footage with fake found footage to create a believable backstory to an otherwise silly premise. Also, the constant changes to the aspect ratio, color grading, and cinematography help keep the viewer unnerved and guides the viewer on what tone they should be feeling at certain points. I have to say, the pacing of the supernatural, or the faux supernatural, has a great build-up while also playing with the audience's emotions, which I think is very much what it's trying to say about what media does to us in general. Now that we were watching a movie taking place so long ago using old media tricks, what is it trying to tell us? I think it's to show us that media has an effect on us even when we consciously try to resist its effects. Many of the characters like to pretend they have an inside track understanding of media and television. They sort of have an understanding of like inside baseball of what the TV life is, including Jack and his sidekick. Every character who speaks on camera has a very different presentation of themselves versus off camera. I think a great analogy of this is Carmichael's hypnosis of Gus, the audience, and even us with the worm scene. Gus knows he's being hypnotized, but can't stop it from happening. This symbolizes the control media has on us to feel certain emotions. Even if we try to acknowledge it and resist it, it still bleeds through into our subconscious. I think no one knows this better than Jack. He seems to be a master at trying to engage with his audience, to have emotions, to get a rise out of them. We see in previous programs, Jack has an almost Jerry Springer-esque outrageousness to him. And Jack may not claim to be an illusionist, but he is trying to control the audience's emotions. He wants them to feel the emotion and get a rise out of them, whether it's good or bad. That leads us to the central point of the film, because Jack is just chasing the dragon of getting a rise out of the audience. In the process, he loses his authenticity. And in losing his authenticity, he makes a deal with the devil to try and beat Johnny Carson in the ratings. It's implied that Jack also literally, ritually sacrifices his wife to the devil so that he could be successful. And I think that this is actually more symbolic than literal. In Jack's obsession with his job and ratings, he not only lost his authenticity, but he also purely devoted himself to his job and lost out on valuable time that could have been spent with his ailing wife, effectively killing her sooner because he lost out on that time with her that he could have had. So by the end of all the crazy hijinks of the film, Jack is left alone in a purgatory of his own creation, and we're left with the unnerving feeling that we've probably watched too much TV and we probably should go outside. Thanks for listening to my analysis on Late Night with the Devil. It would mean a lot if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Consider supporting me on Patreon. It goes a long way to making more of these videos. Thank you.